Hey everybody, Enchantress here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers, screenplays, and broadcaster of astrology. Here to bring you your daily astrological update for Tuesday, the 31st. Okay, let's get into it. Let's start with the sun being in Aries at 10 degrees, okay? It'll be there until 1:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, which means if you're watching this on Monday, starting at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, the sun will shift to this degree, this 10 degree of Aries, okay? It pertains to your image and how you're seen, and it affects placements in any sign between 7 and 13 degrees. Under these energies, one can be more gentle, pleasant, and hospitable. They can show devotion in the form of nice deeds and even charity work. One's willpower can be tested. Some are faced with a decision or a choice. Some will be selfless and get involved in positive projects. Others will see themselves forced into situations that they're not really happy in because they don't know how to say no. Here, one may have an overwhelming desire to please someone else. Therefore, they'll conceal or hide what truly makes them happy. For those who are more logical, intellectual pursuits may prevail over sensuality. Literary and artistic circles are very nice opportunities to gather and enjoy one another's company as well. And you can see blessings as to that, or people being more gentle, pleasant, or hospitable with you, or showing you charity if you have placements between 7 and 13 degrees of Sagittarius and or Leo. Even Gemini and Aquarius are areas of opportunities and assistance, whether you're the one giving it or receiving it, okay? Anywhere in your chart. Check my Facebook page at Author Enchantress to see like a full video of all the how this is affecting all the different placements, because I'm not going to go through it again here. I'll also post the written astrology in the morning. The next transit I want to talk about is a 1 hour and 55 minute transit. But with the last transit, I do want to say Capricorn, Cancer, Scorpio, and Virgo placements will have to put in the effort to be more gentle, pleasant, and hospitable if your placements are between 7 and 13 degrees, or wherever you have placements in 7 and 13 degrees, between 7 and 13 degrees of those signs in your chart. The next transit I want to talk about is a 1 hour and 55 minute transit. By 6:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon in Virgo at 21 degrees will oppose Pallas in Pisces. Here, you'll have to find a balance between your intellect and your emotions. This can involve or require the utilization of strategic planning, artistic creativity, your wisdom, your skills, or your knowledge. Where you have placements between 18 and 24 degrees of Virgo and or Pisces, you're affected by these energies. Now, Gemini and Sagittarius placements can experience a challenge as it pertains to work, your health, your daily routines, where you are of service to other people, making a sacrifice, secrets, being in your solitude, maybe something you've submitted in writing, your education, your skills, travel, neighbors, neighborhoods, your locale, siblings, someone in your networks of people. Any of those things can be something that you will have to utilize planning with, okay? Or your skills or wisdom. Under these energies, one can feel sensual. They can be superficial, lazy, so you're prompted not to be lazy, morally corrupt or greedy, so you're prompted not to be morally corrupt or greedy. Flattery can be used to swindle you out of something, or you could be using flattery to swindle somebody else out of something. Be sure to avoid or resist those who will bring disgrace or dishonor upon you. Discern real love, okay? Delve into your artistic talents, or if you delve into your artistic talents and avoid the fake love, it could keep you from uninhibited behavior. You can also see success or recognition, or be tasked to utilize your charm, your purity, friendly manners, or performative skills, or somebody else is using that on you. Some will find that the feeling of pleasure has died out, maybe faded, or left them in a ruined place. Mind your instincts and don't get involved in spying or illegal drug trafficking or usage. If you square these energies, guard your eyes for accidents. The next transit I want to talk about starts on Monday and goes until Tuesday, until 7:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Venus in Taurus at 0 degree will square Juno in Aquarius will square Juno, Lord have mercy. will square Juno in Aquarius until around 7:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Where you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and or Aquarius, you're affected by these energies. This speaks as to a challenge as it pertains to romance, finances, and pleasure pursuits, even a marriage, a partnership, or a commitment, or a promise. There can be the need to reconcile an intense attraction with the practical. It can demand requirements if you want a lasting relationship. This can be an issue. It can lead to unconventional relationships or even the desire to avoid following in your parents' footsteps. It just depends on your situation, really. Regardless, this awards you something and takes it away quickly, even if it's or it can be threatened with being taken away from you quickly, whether it be money, a resource, a romantic partnership, a friend, a commitment, a social dynamic. Under these energies, one can be brave, quarrelsome, clever, independent, pure, refined, and prompted to chill out, relax. Okay? If you don't control yourself or your propensity to crash out, you can get to a fight or argument. Solve disagreements, conflicts, and misunderstandings diplomatically. Learn to talk it out peacefully, even if you have to agree to disagree. It's easy to lose something under this transit. Success can be achieved in careers that involve strength, dexterity, needing to utilize swift intellect, the military, diplomacy, art, literary review, as well as the legal field. By 7:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon in Virgo at 22 degrees will oppose Mars in Pisces for an hour and 55 minutes. This can involve or require you to deal with challenges or put in effort where you have placements between 19 and 25 degrees of Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius. It can pertain to your wealth, your worth, or your resources, or where you have to be of service to someone else. It can pertain to challenging secrets, even if they're illuminated, because we are under the full moon energy, so things are coming out. Sacrifices, being in your solitude, something you've submitted, education, skills, travel, your neighbors, neighborhoods. You can have issues with that. You can have issues with people in your locale, siblings, someone in your networks of people. These are high tension energies that can indicate intense emotional reactivity, volatility, and direct aggressive communication. Under these energies, one can be adventurous, carefree, humble, obsessive, unbalanced, and aggressive. This is where somebody is constantly looking to fulfill some type of pleasure or new experience. And they may have issues or have to put in effort by traveling due to a partnership. It doesn't have to necessarily be a love relationship. It could be a work partnership. You know, you're getting another job and you have to travel and go buy something for that job or something like that. Okay, or submit something in writing. There can be challenges with achieving success in the arts, in literature, and even with representing yourself or an organization, or representing yourself to an organization. Protection or favor can be granted to those by those in authority, but it can come later than expected, if at all. Some who are not aggressive or forceful will wait to be recognized or chosen or selected, or you have to wait. Okay, there can be, here one can be beautiful, eloquent, witty, artistic, talented, have the gift of gab, or be a great author or teacher. You'll have to utilize these attributes as well under this transit. Because of plots against you and conflicts, you could see a fall from grace if you succumb to rushing or a nervous breakdown. Okay, some can also be injured, so be mindful of how you're moving around and make sure you're working safely, because you could harm yourself in risky situations or jobs. By 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, Mercury in Pisces at 13 degrees will square Lilith in Sagittarius until around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Challenging communication can come in. For some, it can require you're required to watch or work on succumbing to your lower vibrational tendencies. I should put watch out for. Where you have placements between 10 and 16 degrees of Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, and or Gemini, you're affected by this challenging communication. One might feel the need to speak raw truths. This speaks as to intense mental and communicative tension. For some, rational thought will clash with the untamed primal desires and a refusal to conform, or your refusal to conform. Under these energies, one can be a liar. They can be tasked to be honest, kind, pleasant, resourceful, intelligent, or try to achieve a goal despite its difficulty. It can take time before success is achieved, especially if you're attempting to patch something up or rebuild something. You might need to remain more simplistic and accessible to garner someone's respect. Good ideas will require thorough analysis and organization. You must be prepared for certain projects because they can fail if when it comes time to implement them, because a blockage is popping up out of nowhere, and you'll need to seek someone else's advice or utilize teamwork or partnership to get you out of the situation or help you within the situation. Then within that 2 hours, 1 hour and 55 minutes. Now by 1:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when the sun will shift to 11 degrees of Aries, and it'll stay there for 24 hours, which means it's staying there until Wednesday around 1:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It affects placements between 8 and 14 degrees, and under these energies, one can be more sociable, honest, and generous. Family is of the utmost importance and given that priority under these energies. Some are focused on a child or their child's education or child rearing. Principles, honor, effort, and integrity need to be shown, or are shown, especially if you have placements in Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, or Aquarius between 8 and 14 degrees. You could be doing something for your child, showing them generosity, providing something for their educational needs, helping them out with school, providing them a blessing, any of those things. Libra placements as well between 8 and 14 degrees. You're dealing with that as well. Capricorn and Cancer placements, Scorpio and Virgo placements will have to put in effort, because there could be a unique circumstance where you're needing to do these things. Help a child, focus on family, be more generous, sociable, and honest, things of that nature. Taurus and Pisces placements will have to initiate the assistance and or opportunities as it pertains to those energies. Now, the next hour and 55 minutes, the next transit I want to talk about is for 1 hour and 55 minutes only. It starts at 1:29 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The moon in Virgo at 25 degrees will make a fated yet karmic aspect to Chiron and Aries. And this speaks as to a healing being needed in a unique or complicated situation. This pertains to your image, work, health, daily routines, or where you are of service to others, or how you're seen within those situations. Where you have placements between 22 and 28 degrees of Aries and or Virgo, this healing is required, and this can create an awkward friction between one's emotional needs and deep-seated insecurities. Adjustments are required to reconcile personal pain with emotional nurturing. Uncomfortable feelings need to be dealt with. Under these energies, one can be seen as a charismatic leader, clever, aggressive, intelligent, or forceful, okay? Or you need to be more clever or a leader, or utilize intelligence. Here, the more you win, the more you'll be disliked by your opponents. Your rise comes with someone else's unhappiness. Some may feel oppressed as others rise. Some receive honors, money, are kind, noble, mentally and or physically strong, in which case one rises and achieves success. Others receive it due to their sheer luck and unfailing support or protection from another person, or someone in power, or someone who has influence, or the person who is choosing you. Here, one can get a good job or position. A quick decision might have to be made under this transit as well. The next transit, which is the last transit I want to talk about, is another 1 hour and 55 minute transit, and it starts at 7:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The moon in Virgo at 28 degrees will trine Uranus and Taurus, so this brings a sudden blessing. A sudden blessing. Am I saying it right? A sudden or unexpected, blessing. It speaks as to your wealth, your worth, or your resources, work, health, or daily routines, or you being of service to others, being a blessing, or you're being blessed with that, or a blessing is coming to you within those areas. Where you have placements between 25 and 29 degrees of Taurus, Virgo, and or Capricorn, you're offering this blessing or privy to this blessing. Under these energies, one can be selfless. I would say Scorpio and Cancer placements are between 25 and 29 degrees are favorable areas too. Under these energies, one can be selfless, resilient, less strict. One can show themselves to be a fan of another person unexpectedly. Generosity can be shown. One can also dissolve their bossy behavior out of nowhere, or their tyrannical behavior out of nowhere. One may come out of having pondered in their solitude. Here, one can achieve great works or be offered an opportunity to attend an engagement, ceremony, or gathering. This favors education, journeys, selflessness, faith, and philosophy. Some can enjoy high status, recognition, attention, or some sort of honor. Sudden urges of sensuality can take hold, even if it's not sexual. Here, one can enjoy freedom or doing what they want to do, as opposed to being under someone else's rule or thumb. Or if someone's been telling you what to do, you can't do that. You shouldn't do this. This is not for you. That's not, you're coming up out of that and saying, you know what, I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it, as it should be. If you succumb to drinking or doing drugs, don't ever do it, because you can hurt yourself or other people. Thank you for sitting around for the daily astrological update, and I'll check with you guys in a couple days. Check the written astrology on my Facebook page in the morning at author E. Ray Taronic. Bye now.